storms this afternoon. We've had a lot of wet weather actually in the build-up, so the course is playing soft. I'm Richard Kaufman. Alongside me is former Ladies European Tour player Sophie Walker. Sophie, this course has got a lot of distinct elements. What sort of player, though, does it suit?
You need to be accurate off the tee box, and then when hitting into these greens, because they're so soft, you need to be able to control your spin. It is like throwing darts out there. We've been here for 4 years now. There's players out there that know it well and say, I love this golf course.
Well, we'll catch up with all the early action in a moment. First of all, let's just remind you of how things look as far as the Ladies European Tour rankings are concerned, and we're in the final third of the race, if you like, on the Race to Costa del Sol event. 23 of 30 on the season. 3 of the top 4 are in attendance, and all 3 of them, Anna Palaez-Trevino, Diksha Daga, and the Tour's most recent winner, Trishat Chinglad, there in 4th, have the opportunity this week to climb to the very top of the rankings above Celine Boutier, who'll be in Solheim Cup action next week. There's also another 5 players ranked from 12th through to 18th in the field who could make big progress here in Switzerland. Well, play got underway at 8 o'clock this morning. Let's see who's been making waves, Sophie.
Well, Chloe Williams has. She was out first at 8 o'clock, 3 under par, playing the 8th hole, 169 yards. This 6 iron, pin high.
Yeah, she's been in good form here, finished top 10 in 2021, so of course she likes. The form's good. It all adds up to something like this.
Absolutely does. 4th last week, 10th in Northern Ireland. She is trending in the right direction. So that moved her to -4. She had this put on the 9th hole. Birdied that one, so -5 for the Wrexham girl.
Yeah, which is 66. It's changed from a par 72 last year to a par 71 this year. Now, Moa Folker was going along nicely on the par 5, 17th in 2.
At 518 yards. That's 2 big hits. Not to be for Eagle, but we'll give her this one. Tap it in for a 4.
Yeah, no drop shots on the card from the Swede, and this was an opportunity for a birdie finish.
Double breaker. Just misses on the low side, so the Swede shoots 66, bogey free.
Yeah, 5 under par, but it has been bettered. And it's the French teenager, Nastasia Nadeau, who has done it. That was actually for a round of 63, but 7 birdies, no drop shots. That's impressive.
Very, very impressive. She's only 18 years old.
Yeah, this is the first tournament as a rookie that she's returned to. She was an invite here last year. So 64, setting the pace, 7 under par, 2 shots clear of Williams and Folker. You can see Linnea Johansson, who was in America playing on the LPGA Tour in Cincinnati at the weekend. Fast start for her. She's on the 10th and gone out so far in 4 under par. A couple of players we're going to be watching. Smilia Sonobu, who won at Jamolan Castle a couple of weeks ago, and Kristina Napolealva, who won in Germany a couple of months ago, also off to nice moves early on.
It's a golf course that is extremely gettable if you are confident from the tee box.
Well, we just mentioned Kristina Napolealva. She's playing currently at the par 3-8. Found the bunker off the tee, has splashed out, so still got a little bit of work to make par. Playing with Anna Palaez-Trevino, who had to take 3 off the tee at this par 3.
There's out of bounds, left, right, and long. So she has a lot to think about. Birdie putt for Leonie Harm to come from distance. Green's running at 10.9 on the stim.
So no one in this group guaranteed a par. There is Palaez-Trevino, who's only had 1 par in her round so far. She's had 2 bogeys, a double bogey, 3 birdies, and could well be another double bogey here. Let's pop over the other side of the course, Madalena Stavner.
The back 9 is the easiest side. This one from right to left for a birdie. currently 3 under par for her round so far. That'll be through 9 holes. Some work to do for Leonie Harm. We'll move from left to right for a 3.
Going nicely, 1 under par. Smiles for the German. Delight Trevino taking a little bit of a break coming into this week. Hasn't played since Northern Ireland, and I'm sure Sophie not just disappointed with going out of bounds here, also missing out on the Solheim Cup.
Yeah, it's sponsored by Finca Cortazone. It's from Malacca, and we always talk about the 13th man, don't we? Probably Anna was that in terms of the Solheim Cup selection. She's our Adrian Maronk, you would say.
Having to tell the scorer her name and the score as if she wouldn't be frustrated enough as it is. Yeah, I'm the one that went out of bounds. Different ways of getting around the golf course. It's great. This is a public golf course, and it is a really busy place. Even while the tournament's going on, there are rounds constantly going on the other course here. Alva to try and complete the up and down from the bunker.
Yeah, great save.
Nice sandy save there. -3 through 8. That is a fabulous start. Look at that, 3 under 3, 4.
Yeah, it was a memorable win for her at the Amundi German Masters, beating Cara Gainer in a playoff. Let's pop to 10.
Kim Mitro trying to take it down the left-hand side, get it to kick in. Just stays up high. Now this was a par 5 the last 3 years. It's been moved forward nearly 100 yards. It's now a par 4, which makes this a 71, not a 72.
Yeah, 4th year in a row that we are at Golf Park Holzhausen. Sarah Schelke, who's been in terrific form, 5th and 4th the last couple of weeks, 68 from her. Sophie Witt also been playing nicely the last few weeks, 3 under par round from her today, even though she felt she left a few out there. I suppose everyone has that sort of story. Stavner now to complete what's been a really impressive opening 9 holes. So that's a back 9 of 33. It's 35 out, 36 back. She'll have the front 9 to come. And we'll pop off to the par 4 9th, uphill par 4.
Fairway woods off the tee because there's water running across. There's a ditch across this 9th hole.
He's moving still.
Yeah, but like as long as he's not walking center fairway, like it's good. We're trying to be there.
That's impressive whistling, isn't it?
Yeah, Thomas is whistling away. 230 is about the number. Interestingly, she wasn't that bothered about it, and he was. He's just moved players from Emma Spitz to Leonie Harm. He's got to learn about his player. That's absolutely fine there.
Currently 73rd on the race to Costa del Solheim, so one of those who's looking for that good finish to the year, make sure she gets in the top 60. No such worries for Napoli Alva.
Hybrid here. That'll be left. Heeled and a long way left.
He's getting his work out.
I didn't mind him at all because I wasn't thinking about even hitting there. Or whatever.
That's okay. Front right flag. He's giving herself a bit of an angle.
Yeah, a good bad miss, that one.
So it's the spotter that's getting in everybody's way with the flags.
Well, what an eventful 9 holes it's been for the players second on the Race to Costa del Sol. Our only par came at 6. Just the iron hit.
Yeah.
I mean, all you can think of is those numbers have suggested she's been a little bit wayward off the tee, and there she just wants to find a fairway. It'll only be a full wedge or a 9-iron in from there.
Well, it's an 18-year-old from France that leads the way. We had a rookie win on the Ladies European Tour last week in the Netherlands from Trishat Chinglap. Another rookie will be hoping to do the same. Nadeau with a super start after that round of 64 at this VPANG Swiss Ladies Open. We saw Metro finish in a similar position to Smedius Sonnebu.
Left it on the downslope. Stables down the right-hand side of 10, so some interesting spectators for Lydia Hall's putt.
Runner-up last week, Lydia Hall. It was a big week for her. She might not have got the win, but it was important nonetheless.
Yeah, has not managed to put a tournament together. We've seen glimpses over the past few months of some good rounds, but last week she got those 3 rounds together and has moved herself back into keeping her tour card.
She was actually leading with 3 holes to play. Pipped to the post by Trishat Chinglap. Couple of birdies, couple of bogeys so far from the Welsh player. Yeah, lovely animals, aren't they?
Did you see Lynn Grant was horse riding this week?
Yeah.
And I know, obviously, she's a very experienced horse rider, but I was thinking, you just be careful, Lynn.
Yeah, I mean,
She's on her phone recording it. It's like both hands on the reins, please.
because she does, when she's at home, she does ride
I
horses
know
like
she
every
does.
day, but still, I know what you're thinking.
We want to wrap them up with cotton wool.
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure
that's
it's-
how she switches off.
Yeah, she loves it, absolutely loves it. Loves it more than golf, if we're honest about it. So Metro and Hall, both level past. Sonnebu 3 under, kind of picking up where she left off in Ireland, but this to stay at -3.
Loops that one in. Actually pulled out last week, went to Holland and thought, I'm not ready to tee it up. It was very overwhelming, her playoff win against Anne van Dam at the Irish Open 2 weeks ago, and she stayed there with her boyfriend who's caddying for her and tried to take that win in.
There's a good view of the lack of the view of the green from down here at 9.
You need to pitch this past the hole. It's a 2-tier green. It's easy to spin this from off the front edge. Pin 8 on, 7 from the right. So I like taking a 3/4 shot here rather than a full one. Take the trajectory down and the spin. Didn't catch it.
always know what's going on in the mind of Leonie Hahn. Very theatrical in her reaction sometimes. Well, winner on the Ladies European Tour, just 7 years after taking up the game, Kristina Nepolyalova. A fantastic story. Since her win, though, it's been miscut after miscut, apart from 1 week at La Sella Open, where she was, well, amongst those that nearly won, finished 4th there.
Well, consistency, there's a lot to be said about it, isn't there?
Well, we saw a similar scenario with Lisa Pedersen, didn't we, in Ireland a couple of weeks ago.
Pitching wedge here. That'll be good. Should come back from that slope. I think she's just learning her golf swing.
Yeah.
There are times when she says, I'm out there, I think, I don't know where it's going, but it just has the ability to get the ball around the golf course somehow.
Yeah, well, if you've only been playing the game 7 years, you're bound to still be... I mean, there's players been playing for 17 years that are still very much learning.
The 11th hole plays downhill. It's 166 yards. Sonobu will play this at 152 yards, though.
2 par 3s on the back 9. Both have hole-in-one prizes.
Short rights. That was a big miss. You can see the tree to the left-hand side of our screen, and that's where it's found itself. Face wide open there. Came out floaty.
Metro missed the cut here last year, but she's shown a liking to this course. So she was 3rd in the first 2 editions that came to Golf Park Holzhausen. You can see there beyond Lake Zug and the Rigi Mountain, beautiful view. And there's the hole-in-one hole. There's this 11th. They don't win a golf trolley, do they, though?
Is it not gold?
They win a gold bar, yeah.
This is the shot she's been working on with Russell Warren. Good shot there, trying to find left flags. Kim Metro has always had quite a dominant left to right flight. And that one there was a lot straighter. That's been a sign of good golf game from her in the last few months, that difference in flight.
You can feel the pain yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
Tee markers. Very Swiss this week. That was a handy hoot of the horn, wasn't it? Or was it the train?
As the train goes by. Done well. Grabbed a piece of it.
Yeah, there's a train track just through the back of this green. Trains go all the way from Luzern through to Zug and on to Zurich. Untimely, though, for Lydia Hall.
Well, she's not made too many pars, so this is a birdie look for Pelaez Trevino. A couple of inches from right to left.
Yeah, just a second par of this front 9. A disappointing front 9, to say the least, for Pelaez Trevino. Be out in 38. Diksha Dagger was out this morning, and she shot a round of 70, so 1 under par, and Trisha Chinglab is amongst those out this afternoon. She's level par right now. They're the 3 players that could go to number 1 on the race to Costa del Sol with a win. And we are getting to that time of year now where get to the top and got a chance of keeping there.
There's just been so many events this year on the Ladies European Tour that if you're thinking about winning the race to Costa del Sol or keeping your card, there's always plenty more. There's more to come, there's more to come. But when you said we're into the last third, there's going to be a lot of people looking up and down, and there isn't too many full field events left.
Lots of beef in Poliava, but I bet back in June, before the German Masters, she was thinking about whether she was going to keep her card. She was 153rd on the race to Costa del Sol going into that week.
Yeah, it just left her coach. You know, it was that, grabbed herself a new caddy, trying everything possible to change something. And it worked for that 1 week, didn't it?
Yeah, didn't it just? So Harm has left herself with a lot of work. Had her best round of the year in the final round at Hilversum at the Big Green Egg Open last week. Shot a 65 on the last day. Finished tied 15th, even though she opened up with a 77. So a little bit of confidence coming into this round here.
Shoulders taped up, it's more of a precaution. She said that her shoulders are getting pulled forward, you know, like when you're sat at a desk, and it was causing some discomfort in the warm-up, so that tape's there to set those shoulders back.
Well, her last round on the Ladies European Tour was a 62. 9 shots back. She was tied 21st going into the last round in Ireland, KPMG Women's Irish Open. Now turning on up at the banks of Lake Zug for this VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open. Town of Zug as well beyond. You know what Zug means in Swiss or in German?
No.
Well, Lydia Hall will probably know, because it means train. So you can get a Zug to Zug.
Maybe she's waiting for it to go past now. Well, she saw the pace of Sonnebu's chip, how it really did accelerate towards the hole. You know you're good when you got your name typed on your putter. She's not called Cameron. Everything but.
Fabulous effort from Lydia Hall. Been a struggle for the last 12 months, but her game's starting to come round now. She's saying mentally she's catching up as well, so good vibes are back for the Welsh player.
I think she's been there and done it, hasn't she? You know, she's won on the Ladies European Tour, but she's also been in a position where she's got to try and keep her card. There won't be the panic in a Lydia Hall that there might be in somebody that's only been on tour for the last year or so. Only needs one good week, and that's what you have to keep saying to yourself. Try and play as free as possible. Kim Mettraux trying to get under par here on the 11th, put for a 2.
Yeah.
Drops.
Under par for the highest ranked Swiss player in the field, Kim Mettraux. Loves being here. His favourite week of the year. It's not the closest tournament for her. That would be the Jabra Ladies Open, which is just across the lake, Lake Geneva, over to Evian from Lausanne, where she's from, a couple of hours from here. She actually spent all of last week in the Netherlands, so she even though she was there, she pulled out just before the Pro-Am, as you said, but she didn't go back home.
No, 7 hours drive from Copenhagen, so got herself down there. Clubs didn't arrive, so preparation was not ideal, and she thought the best thing to do was to pull out, spend some time with her boyfriend Mikolaj, who was actually caddying for Alexander Swain that week. That's a very, very good up and down. A couple of good putts hold to start the back nine on 10 and 11 for Sonnabø. Keeps this round together.
Well, they're a little behind this group, aren't they, really? When you think the group ahead have just finished 11th and they're just teeing off at 10.
2 holes behind. Yeah, that is not great at all. So this one is smack it over the trees and hope you've got the right line.
So, yeah, just explain how this hole has changed. Is it purely distance?
Okay, go for it.
Well, it's down a couple of tee boxes, so it's nearly 100 yards less, which is now makes it into a 4 rather than a 5. There was a blind tee shot to start with last year, but this one is significantly blind. It's a 45-degree angle to the left that you have to hit over. But players are hitting it in a similar spot as they did the last few years if they took this tee shot on. So many of them are just like 5-iron, 5-iron, stuff like that. This will be the play that Pelev Trevino is taking. You have to send it over all the trees down the left.
I mean, could you see anyone actually trying to hit it over the trees onto the other side of the road?
No, the trees get so high that I don't think you can, because you're closer to the trees than ever. You've got to get it up early. So anything bottom groove, even with this 4-5 iron, can clatter some trees. You know, you hate to play shots anyway where you can't see the ball land.
Aus unserer Sicht ist das ein Scheiß. Kannst du nicht abbilden, weil du nicht weißt, was das ist.
Apologies for a little bit of music there, but maybe it was to celebrate another par. It would have been a 12th successive par for Tricia Chinglab. You want to break the par run, but not with the bogey as the Thai player's done there. Some music to tell us it's the leaderboard time. Unfortunately, Tricia Chinglab now in a share of 54th place, but Nastasia Nadeau has set the pace with that brilliant bogey-free round of 64. Linnea Hansen has moved up to 4 under par, out in 32. Been watching the progress of Sonnabø, Stavner, Nepali Alva and Charlotte Mora. Birdies at 3, 4 and 5. Tia Corvisto, Camille Chevalier both won once on the Ladies European Tour. Sanna Newtonen, who's looking to try and win back her Ladies European Tour rights. Good start from her. There's Diksha Dagger, who could go to the top of the rankings. Double bogey finish for Megan McLaren, and Rosie Davis, who finished 3rd here last year, which is her best ever LET finish. She's in amongst that group that finished with a round of 71 under par. Well, day one of this VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open. We're watching one of our main groups head down the hill at the Dogleg Par 4 10th, a hole that Sophie had a closer look at earlier this week.
The 10th hole used to be a par 5. It's now a par 4 at 394 yards. Still a dogleg right to left off the tee, and the second shot is as important as ever. Why? 2 bunkers down the right-hand side, ready to gobble up any ball leaked down this right. Now the hole, green and short of the green, slopes from left to right very, very severely, and you have to try and use those contours in order to access the pin positions. But just look how much break is on this green. Judgment of pace is critical. You might see a few 3-putts on here just because of how much it works its way down from left to right. So it used to be a par 5, now it's a par 4, but 4 is a very, very good score. Strategy off the tee, keep it down the left-hand side for your second, and try and get it close to this flag on a green that slopes this way.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I know it's a hole that's been spoken a lot about by the players, and in a short while we're going to have one of those players join us in the commentary box as we see what Anna Palace-Trevino has ahead of her here. Jenny Harms already played her second here. That's the problem coming out of the rough, no control. Christine Wolf is the player I was teasing you with that was going to join us in the commentary box. Hello, Christine, how are you?
Good, thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, lovely to have you in the commentary box with us. So we're looking at this 10th hole. I take it this is a hole that has got people talking in amongst the players.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone talked about it. It was one of the few easier par 5s the last few years. You still had to hit a good tee shot to make it on in 2. And now it's just a little shot down off the tee over the trees, and then somewhere between probably 6 and 9 iron, depending what you hit off the tee.
And this was your first hole of the day early this morning.
Yeah, it's actually not so nice because the 10th tee is quite a bit away, and then you stand on there and you're like, okay, I have to hit over those trees. The sun was into our faces, we couldn't really see anything. Yeah, but it was nice.
Do you enjoy being in Switzerland? I know it's not too far from where you live yourself.
Yeah, it's really nice. It feels like a home event for me. It's only about 3.5 hours drive. And I've been here a lot of times. Also my good friend Kyle Rominger, she lives around here. And I've stayed with her, played her pro-ams here, and yeah, just enjoying being here.
It's a busy old place, isn't it? Because even while the golf tournament's going on, they have a lot of people playing on the other course.
Yeah, exactly. And it's quite funny because you see them walk by sometimes and then they stop and watch. And no, I think it's a really good atmosphere being here.
And I take it you've made the most of the facilities when you've been here. I mean, that driving range is pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's Trackman driving range too, so you can actually get like really good numbers and practice well. And yeah, you can hit it from all angles, and then there's 2 chipping greens, a really nice big putting green. So yeah, you can definitely make the most of it. And they also have that par 3 course.
Yeah, amazing. As you can see, it's huge. I think 120 hectares in all. Golf Park Holzhausen. Running through the scores there, I mean, we've seen a 64 today from Nastasia Nadeau. Is that the kind of scoring that you expect around here?
Well, I shot 7 under last year as well.
Well, there you go.
First round. Today I struggled a bit more. But
we don't need to talk about that.
No, exactly. But I think if your irons are on point, you can hit it quite close. You can go at the pins because it's a bit soft since we had quite a bit of rain the last few days. So I think if you can get your mid-irons close, you have a lot of birdie chances. And yeah, the greens are rolling really nice, so that helps.
So you're from Innsbruck, which is you know, you've got the mountains there as well. Have you grown up on a similar kind of course, or is that too simple an equation?
No, our course is more wayward. Like you never really have straight stands.
So
that
like
I grew up
Evian
on.
sort of thing?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I actually feel quite comfortable in Evian. But yeah, no, I think this is one of the better courses in the mountains. It's really nice.
Yeah, a lot of elevation changes, a lot of blind shots, aren't there? Dog
Mm-hmm.
legs. I mean, this whole kind of sums it up in some respect.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I feel like from probably 10 to 14, that's sort of where you want to keep your score together, and you can really score on the other holes.
That's nicely judged from Anna Pelae-Trevino, although work to do to make just the third par of this opening round for the Spaniard. In terms of, you know, Anna's there carrying her own bag, I can understand the financial reasons for that. Are you someone that would do that sort of thing? I know you've got your dad caddying this week, your mum often caddies for you.
Yeah. Well, usually I don't really carry my own bag if I'm by myself. I usually just pull or push. Carrying, I've done it in college, so, and Anna is quite a bit younger than me, so maybe she's still used to that.
Yeah. What do you make of the Cristina Nepali-Alva story? I mean, a footballer really, in terms of her dreams of what she was going to do in her career. And 7 years after stopping playing and starting taking up golf, she gets a win on the Ladies European Tour.
I know, I think it's great. I mean, that's just golf for you, right? Anything could happen.
Yeah.
And I've played with her a few years ago in Dubai because that's where she practices a lot with her coach. And yeah, she was really excited. Then I think she just came onto Access, and she was just happy to play with Caroline Rominger and myself. And yeah, she was always a really sweet girl, so I was really happy for her when she pulled through in Germany.
Yeah, an amazing win. And this is a putt to get to 4 under par, which would get her into a share of 4th place as it stands.
Yeah, that one's definitely a quick putt. You don't want to overdo it because then you're putting off the French again. So I think she was a bit scared on that one.
Off to the 12th hole with Lydia Hull. Similar length putt to the one she had on the last green. You weren't with us there. And it did everything but fall in from this distance.
I played with Lydia last week, and she was playing some really good golf. Made a lot of putts, so I think she can score low too.
Yeah, level par at the moment. That's safely in for 4th. Yeah, finished 2nd last week at the Big Green Egg Open. Pelae-Trevino now for her par. You can see where she's aiming here.
Yeah, that's definitely turning quite a bit right to left.
And another shot goes to 4 over.
She judged the speed really well there, though.
Kim Metro on home soil. I take it you'd love a tournament to be in Austria.
Yes, for sure. I think it's something very special. I've only ever played the Austrian Open when I was still an amateur, so it would be nice to get one back. That's a pretty straightforward putt. Doesn't turn too much.
Yeah, just left it a little shy. Keeps giving herself these testers since we've joined her, Leonie Harm.
I think she usually enjoys those. There she is.
A little fist pump there
Yeah.
from Leonie. She's a bit of a character, isn't she?
Yeah, I really enjoy playing with her. It's different for me because I understand all her comments, though. But she's really nice to play with, and yeah, I think she just enjoys being out here.
Yeah, she was telling me yesterday she's hitting a lot of 3-woods, 4-woods off the tee because she's not very confident with the driver. Makes this course quite long, doesn't it, with the soft conditions?
Yeah, because you don't get any roll really on your ball. So yeah, if you don't play your driver, it's definitely going to be a bit longer. But she's one of the longer hitters, so she should be okay.
Well, she's going along nicely so far. A couple of good par saves now Another one here, this one for Napolialva.
Yeah, nice stroke.
Sitting nicely in that top 10. It's Smelia Sonobu now.
Yeah, she must have seen a little bit of what Kim's putt did there. Just needs to hit it a bit harder. Oh, that's unlucky.
Did you watch the finish in Ireland with Smelia and Van Dam, Lisa Pedersen?
I did, yes, of course. I was in the clubhouse. Well, Smilla played just a couple of groups behind me, I think, and
Yeah, she finished 2 hours before the leaders came.
exactly. So then to finish with an eagle after a 2-hour break, it's even more impressive, I'd say.
Well, here's another Dane, Linetta Holmsucker. This is at 18. Not quite going to get up the hill. This is her 9th hole today. 3 birdies so far, no drop shots.
Yeah, we were saying the last few years the pin was always in the front on that green, which made it a bit easier.
Yeah.
It's 41 on today, so it's a long shot in.
Yeah,
And
I've seen a lot of players down at that. Were you there as well?
Yeah, I was there as well. But the thing is, you don't want to go long either, so probably rather putt from down there than being long.
I'll hold the pose as if she likes it.
Yeah, this is a really nice pin, I feel like, for everyone that plays a little draw, because you can just sort of start a little right and let it come back in. This is a really nice par 3.
Work to do for Metro for her 4. Confidently done. So these par 3s on the back nine both got hole-in-one prizes. How aware as players are you of what's on offer?
Well, we do know what there is. I actually made a hole-in-one on 15 2 years ago, I think.
Did you get a prize for that?
I did. There was no prizes on there.
So there's a Porsche watch.
Yes.
This time, a gold bar at 11.
Exactly. The gold bar has always been there ever since the tournament started, but I don't think anyone ever made a hole-in-one there, but there has been quite a few on 15 already.
Okay, none today so far. A couple of good tee shots there, though, from...
Yeah. And I feel like this is probably one of the better pins to make a hole-in-one at. But we used to play it 1 tee forward, so now I place a little longer.
Yeah, playing 166 yards today.
Yeah, nice shot.
And
I
the
like
tee-
those tee markers.
Yeah, we were thinking the same thing. The wooden cow with a little cowbell on it. You know, I don't know if you can smell it. You might have thought it was me, but we got some cows just literally behind the commentary box where we're sitting. Yeah, yeah. Now and again, people might actually hear the mooing going on.
Oh, I'm sure. It's nice because there's cows here and then there's some horses out on the course as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a unique place, that's for sure. Golf Park Holzhausen in central Switzerland. We're about a half an hour south of Zurich. Going to be hard to see anyone bettering Nastasia Nadeau's effort today, that bogey through round of 64. But there's a few players out there going very well early on in their rounds, and Anne-Charlotte Mora has just birdied the par 4 7th. 4th birdie already of the day. Leonie Harm now up to 2 under par. So what's the goal tomorrow for you? Is it to make sure that you're here for Sunday's final
for sure.
round?
I really like it here. I like playing here. People are so friendly. And yes, I definitely want to play Sunday still. Well, we'll see.
Because you have a decent record, track record around here.
Yeah, I do. I feel really comfortable here, so I hope I can just pull it off tomorrow.
Yeah, was the story of the day just, I mean, I know you had trouble at the first. Was that the main issue today?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden with the triple you're quite far back and you're like, okay, like sort of just keep it together. Yeah, but it was nice to finish it off with a birdie.
10 Swiss players in the field in total, a couple of them there at level par. Carolina Sturzer and Vanessa Knecht.
It's quite nice to see that many Swiss players now.
Well, here's the leading one in terms of world rankings that's in the field. Someone likes it.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. You do want to stay a bit on the left side of that fairway just because it makes the hole a bit shorter.
So 3 decent birdie looks here at the par 3 11th. 2 from the other side.
Yeah, this one's going to be right to left and a little bit downhill too.
Yeah, we were talking about, you can see on the top there, Finca Cortesin for Anna Pellai-Trevino. Solheim Cup around the corner. Are you excited to be watching that, Christine?
Oh, for sure. I think Solheim Cup is always one of the highlights when it's on. It's quite nice to see some match play. It's such a different way of playing the game, and I think all of us really enjoy playing match play too now and then.
Almsucker 2 putts there from the lower level, so that's a very nice opening 9 holes for the day. Now in 33, 3 under par.
Oh, she left that one short.
Yeah, that putt we saw on the last green, it said par putt. I wonder what was going on there. It was a birdie putt for her, which is why she is a couple under.
Yeah, I don't think she was very happy because she knew she had to hit that a bit because it was uphill. And the other thing is, though, you don't want to just charge it past the hole because then you have that downhill pack coming back.
Got the Rigi Mountains in the distance here. Lovely backdrop with the lake itself to this Swiss Ladies Open. Well, she should have, at least pace-wise, learned a little something from that last one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't think she got much of a read there because she was a bit further left than Leonie. But I do have to say the greens are rolling really nice. Greenskeeping staff did really well, especially with all that rain that they got the last couple of days.
Yeah, 33 millimetres fell on Tuesday night alone. This at 13.
Yeah, that pin is short right. I think it's a bit left. She wanted to go a bit right. It's a nice shot in.
A little bit left, isn't it? But good birdie look. When you got these blind tee shots, how easy is it to pick out a target? So this was another blind tee shot for them to reach this fairway here.
Well, 13 is actually quite easy because there's a house at the end of the fairway. And it's like you go left edge of that house and just hit it. And that fairway is actually a bit more wide than a lot of the other fairways. So, yeah, I think most tee shots, even though some of them are blind, you always have a good target to pick on.
Well, good view of the target here for Metro.
Looks like she likes it.
Yeah, Swiss golf's in a good place. You know, we mentioned Kim here, one of the 10 Swiss players. On the Access Tour last week, there was a Swiss 1-2. And I know Kim was up late watching the action from America last week. Her sister Morgan was one of those in contention on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah, I always think, coming from a small country myself, it's always nice when there's more girls coming and playing, and yeah, it's like having your own family out sort of thing.
What was it like the week after you won a breakthrough? I mean, this is the first time for Smealinga teeing up as a champion on the LET.
Well, we actually had a few weeks off after I won, but yeah, going back out after winning, I think your expectations change a bit, and yeah, it is different, but it's nice different.
Yeah, and a lot of people coming up to you, I take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was a memorable win, wasn't it, for you in India? And that's one of the events left on the calendar.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to that one already.
I bet you are, getting back to the DLF Golf and Country Club. 12th tee now, Napoliova.
Bit right, maybe in that bunker there. Oh, just over.
Yeah, I had to ask her because I was calling her Napoliova for a while, and so I thought, well, I should ask her really how you say, you know, apparently even in the Czech Republic they struggle to say her name. She's got Czech and Angolan descent, so...
It's like you want to go just over the left edge of that bunker on the right side and then draw it a little bit back. Because if you go too far left off the tee, then you have a blind shot into the green there.
So she may be blocked out.
Well, she'll have to go over that big tree in front of the green. There's enough space there, but you can't see the pin from there. That's Leslie Clothes, actually.
Yeah. Well spotted. Glad you're with us, Christine. It's a lovely shot from Clothes as well.
Really nice.
Well, Christine, listen, it's been great to have you with us. Picking up our players like that as well is handy. Listen, good luck tomorrow, and hopefully we see you in action as well on Sunday here in Switzerland.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. Hope you have a nice afternoon and see some good golf.
Thank you. Great company. Christine Wolf with us here at the VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open. A couple of 66s from Williams and Folker, but it's Nastasia Nadeau who has set the pace on day one so far. For birdie for Kim Metro. Sophie Walker back with us.
Good speed.
Talks well, doesn't she?
She does, yeah.
It's always nice to hear from players that they've been out on this golf course and that they can just explain the conditions.
Been a solid run of form from Kim Metro. She's made every cut the last 8 tournaments on the Ladies European Tour, included a run at the title in Northern Ireland at the ISPS Handa World Invitational. Klutz then for her birdie. So out in Level Park, couple of birdies, couple of bogeys for the Belgian player. It's also for birdie for Sonnaboo.
Not as much break in this as you might think. It's ever so slightly from left to right. 1% on the aim point charts. Have the line.
Christine was talking about playing at the Hero Women's Indian Open. Smealia won't be there because that's the same week as second stage of LPGA Tour Q School, which she's deciding after much deliberation that is where she is going to head. She wasn't sure, then she won and thought, okay, now's the time.
Yeah, she's got that 2-year exemption in her back pocket on the LET, and you don't want to die wondering, do you? You've suddenly started to play some nice golf, maybe at exactly the right time.
Good luck this for Lydia Hall.
Bobbled its way towards the hole there. Has to move right, you'd think.
It's a half decent line.
Yeah, asking to go, grabbed it though, didn't it? Took the sting out of it, that's for sure. Got to keep it down that right-hand side. Shows the importance of hitting the fairway. And 33 millimetres of rain on Tuesday night here. Of course, got soddened. Looks like Palaf trying to ingrain some swing changes or some swing thoughts at least into her round. Taking some time off this summer. Saw that shot into the 9th, same again there on 12. Just can't seem to get that club to turn over through the ball, hit that draw.
I do find it interesting watching, player, second on the race to Costa del Sol, carrying her own bag. Sophie, I mean, we see players pulling trolleys sometimes, but actually, I know she's a youngster, but carrying your own bag.
I know, a coach is out with her, and I saw him with the trolley. I thought, well, maybe he's going to caddy for her. He's not caddying for her, and she decided not to use the trolley either.
Yeah.
That was on the driving range earlier.
Off to 14 now. Tough hole, this.
Hardest hole on the golf course. A corridor to hit. You've got to aim at the TV tower.
Yes, Kim, beauty. Right.
Amy Taylor. To end the back. Now, no drop shots. Her only birdie came at the 17th. Back-to-back par 5s, 16 and 17. Well, this is the 13th edition of the VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open, but the 4th year in a row that we've been coming from Golf Park Holzhausen, overlooking this picturesque Lake Zug. And well, there's been some great stories over the last 3 years that we've been here. This was the winner in 2020, just coming out of lockdown, if you like. And Amy Bolden got a breakthrough victory. Now, this young lady did pretty well, didn't she, in 2021?
Not too bad. Atthaya Tisikan. She grabbed a victory here on the way to leading the race to Costa del Sol in Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year.
And now this is Liz Young at 14, and she did pretty well, not just in the tournament, but at this hole itself.
Yeah, birdied the hardest hole on the golf course, and at age 39, she got over the winner's line on the Ladies European Tour.
And guess what she's done today? She's birdied
Has
14
she?
again.
4 in a row.
Yeah, she's done it again. Well done, Liz Young. She's currently 1 under par. We're going to try and catch up with her out on the course, the defending champion, but going along nicely. That is the pace, though, that's been set today by Nastasia Nadeau, French rookie, just 18 years of age. That on the bag, having a very steady year. Was very much looking like she's going to keep her card this year, but maybe something spectacular is going to happen for her in Switzerland this week. And Charlotte Mora, a winner last season on the Ladies European Tour. She won in Finland, where she finished top 10 this year as well.
A slow pitch. Beautifully judged there. See how she's just not scared to take the flight down and play some release.
It's like a postcard.
It's a shame there aren't higher tee shots here to see the lake as much. On the front nine, we can catch a glimpse of it.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, there's a few. You can see 10, 11.
Yeah, but the water rather than just glimpses of it.
Tidy work from Leonie Harm. Yeah, Lake Zug, which is situated between Lake Lucerne and Lake Geneva, stretches for 14 kilometers.
Four over par, currently in the tied for 93rd spot.
Coming out of the bunker at 18, Mireia Prat of Spain.
Has the hybrid. Thankful there's no lip on that left-hand side bunker. And how about that for a golf shot?
Mireia Prat aus Spanien.
Well, Lydia Hall.
I think she's found the ball. She's
Yeah.
in the tree. She's looking at where 2 club lengths gets her.
So back a hole to 30. Yeah, she's very similar position to where we saw that shot in the final round from Liz Young.
Well, Liz Young's got spat back out. It just shows you that the look that you need. And what did Wolf say? Aim at the house on the left-hand side here.
We're just trying to go towards the house.
Just taking a drop here, Lydia Hall. 126 players in the field this week, 24 countries. And here's one of 10 Swiss players. The leading Swiss on the leaderboard as well right now, and good view of the flag.
I like leaving it short of this one. Overdid the turn to that right flag.
Got a mum and dad here this week. Her husband Rodolphe is out there as well.
383-yard par 4, moving from right to left, back up the hill. That one's down the right-hand side. We've seen the shot drift from irons into the long game as well, haven't we? That right miss.
That's very nice, wasn't it? Christina offering her snacks around. Really all careful in this practice swing not to knock anything off the tree.
Yeah, and also the trouble is that she does nudge that tree on the way down. She's going to carry on, but it's easy to fat it short into the burn that runs across this fairway at 50 yards short of the green. It's quite a high-risk shot, this, from Hall, playing 3. See, she did clip it, but she had to keep moving. That's such a good golf shot. It's so easy to get distracted by that. She's thinking, I had 5 practice swings there, I didn't touch a leaf. Just shows you practice swing isn't always like your real swing. Although many of us wish it was.
Yeah, you're right about that. She's going along okay. But work to do to stay at level par. Smedis Sonnebu, certainly among the bigger hitters on the Ladies European Tour. She said, though, when she hit that drive in the playoff hole, the adrenaline was such that she hit it 35 metres longer than when she hit it in regulation.
And it only went, what, about 3 yards past Anne van Dam's 3-wood?
I know, yeah, that's true. But she only had a 5-iron in.
It was the second shot from 200 yards, which was the one.
Yeah, the 5-iron, absolutely fantastic. What an eagle, what a way to win it. 62. 19 holes in Sunday, 12 under par. Thank you.
Ah, she's tugged that one.
Well, you might hear us mention the Solheim Cup 1 or 2 times over the next few days because we're getting excited. I'm sure you're getting excited as well. The countdown is really on. Yeah, this time next week, all eyes on southern Spain at Finca Cortesin and that Solheim Cup. It's 7 days away.
I've got family coming next week, Richard, and my mum is been shopping for some clothes, and I said, look, as long as you haven't got anything red, it doesn't matter. She phoned me this morning. She said, I've taken those red shorts back. It's blue and gold only next week.
Not in the commentary box, though.
No.
Not in the. But for family, absolutely. Inside, we may be thinking certain things, but vocally, we'll be saying it. Anna Pelaeth, I wonder if she'll be. I'm assuming she'll be there. I haven't actually spoken to her about it this week, but I would assume.
She's done it again, that right one. I hope she does. I remember Alice Hewson has been to one. I'd like to see Suzanne invite her to be part of it, because she's well up there in the rankings for possibly getting into next year's. And
Yeah, I know Suzanne spoke to her a few times. I remember, I think you were with me as well, observing Suzanne having a good conversation with her on the practice range in Scotland a few weeks before the qualification process ended.
Lydia Hall will be there, microphone in hand. She's covering it for the radio next week.
Yeah, she thinks, yeah. She's a very good commentator, isn't she?
Yeah,
Of course.
I said to her, you know, it's hilly course next week. She said, don't worry, I'm in the booth. Flag today, 14 on, 5 from the right-hand side. Whoever will be looking to play away from it down the left and then bleed one from left to right. 159 yards.
Been a real struggle this season for Mireia Papp, but what a great shot she hit out of the bunker, the player from Barcelona. That's a pity. Sixth at the Belgian Ladies Open, her first top 10 on the Ladies European Tour came this year.
Wouldn't have been happy with her approach, just a wedge, pulled it. This is for a birdie though, from left to right. It's a tough hole ticked off, that's what she'll be thinking.
One man and his dog. Maybe not as focused on the action as everyone is here. Nastasia Nadeau's work done for the day. 1 or 2 trying to catch her, and how about the effort so far from Anne-Charlotte Maurer, out in 30. She's just birdied the 9th. She's only 2 back. She's still got the back 9 to come. A couple of par 5s on there for starters.
Tro left her birdie putt short, so tidying up here for a 4. That was a par 4 for Kim Matrone, not a birdie.
Yeah, about half an hour away. Well, not if you're travelling by plane, but half an hour from here. Driving-wise is Zurich Airport.
Oh, this is in the clover. This is going to be sticky for Pelaev Trevino. You can see how much it closed the club face. A good 2 yards of movement there as it grabbed itself into the rough.
There's obviously something about the French in this golf course. Nadeau with that round of 7 under par, 64 now, and Charlotte Mora going out in 30. Mora, the only French player to win on the Ladies European Tour in 2022. Some players won a couple of times this year, hasn't she, from France?
Yeah, Celine Boutier maybe.
She's had a pretty good year.
Winner of the Evian Championship, first French woman to ever win that major.
Yeah, Jana Melikova, who had a decent round today. She won the Czech Ladies Open last season.
Slow birdie putt to come. Didn't roll great out of that fringe.
So here is the par 3 where Christine Wolff has had a hole-in-one in the past. Just catching the wrong level there for Metro. Harm. Again, it's been a little bit of a theme for coming up shy.
You know, some players, you never know if they're doing well or badly because of their demeanour. You don't know if she's doing well or badly either, do you?
No, because you think she's doing badly the way she looks, but that should be in a good round. A couple under like Sonnebu.
That's left. Just doesn't quite find that top tip. Well, it's just about trying to save this round now. There are a few par 5s to come. Just grabbing some momentum going into tomorrow. She's clearly trying to work on her swing out there, putting in lots of drills and rehearsals. She's leaking that ball down the right-hand side. She has got her coach here, like I said earlier. So he'll be out on the most magnificent driving range. 360-degree driving range, 2-tier indoor, well, hitting out onto the grass driving range as well, all track manned up. It is an incredible facility that they have here. You can even hit into a washing machine as one of the targets.
How many balls do you think are hit around the driving range in a year here?
Well, I know it's open from March to the end of October, so you've got 9 months worth of golf balls, and I've seen the amount of people. Oh.
Because obviously the balls are with TrackMan, so they know how many balls have been hit. How many do you think? To the nearest, let's call it the nearest million.
Nearest million?
5 million balls hit from the driving range every year, yeah. There are 180 tees, and 60 of them are covered. They host events there and things like that. I assume 1 or 2 trying to knock it in the washing machine. Anyway, enough about the practice facilities. Let's have a look at the hole they're coming to next. The tricky 14th. Sophie's had a look.
The 14th hole. It should be Liz Young standing here telling you how to play it. Last year's champion birdied this hole 3 days in a row. The hardest hole on the golf course. And from this spot, she hit a 9-iron to a tight left flag and arguably won the tournament with that fabulous shot. Now, what makes this golf hole so hard is the fact that the fairway is only 25 yards wide. With trouble down the right, trees down the left, if you miss the fairway, it costs you a shot. So there you have it. Find the fairway or speak to Liz Young and she'll tell you how to play this hole.
Yeah, Liz Young's done it again, birdied again today. So here's a little bit of an aerial view at it, just to emphasise what you were just saying in that piece there.
Oh, it's claustrophobic. It really is. No, lots of players actually were laying back with 5 woods and 3 woods in past years, but then they realised that if I'm going to be wrong, I'd rather be long and wrong. So they take it on with driver. I mean, 20, 25 yards wide. I mean, missed the fairway here. It's almost put me down for a bogey. He kind of favours a left to right shape.
Not the hole you want to be going to when you've got a few misses going like Pelayo Trevino, really. The only harm first to go here. Not had a top 10 yet this year. I'm waiting for a week where it all comes together. And again, you says not confident with the driver, not taking it out here.
I can't believe how slow she's swung it in the past weeks. It looks, you know, you say swing at 80%, it looks at 80% or below.
Bit of a misjudgment there from Sonnebu.
This hole doglegs at the landing point as well. Polyova, she likes to tee it down and play that cut from left to right. Oh, hit that one 3 days in a row.
Well, Lydia Hall's got work to do to save par like Sonnebu. This up the slope for Kim Metro, and that's a little bit closer, although you wouldn't give it.
Yeah, that's a great ball.
Two excellent tee shots down this 14th.
Well, this is what Lydia Hall's left herself for par. So back-to-back bogeys, and now outside where the cut line would be at +2. Cut made tomorrow. Just a 3-round, 54-hole event, this VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open. Par at 10 from Anne-Charlotte Moore after going out in 30. Madeline Stavner, a Norwegian's on the other side of the course, so she's playing the front 9 right now.
Well, it's slow, at least an inch from left to right. Let's hold a couple of good par putts on this back 9. Not that time. It can't have been more than 8 iron into that hole there and walks away with a bogey. So 2 bogeys in a row for the day.
And when your last round was a 9 under par or 10 under par 62. Everything feels a little flat, I'm sure, for Smilja Sonneby, although you wouldn't want to take it away from her, would you?
I mean, that is how you win a golf tournament. I said, you know, how did you enjoy it? And you've got to make the most of the wins. And she said, well, I don't know what people mean by that. But I thought something that really rang true. She said during the week she was never on her phone. And then the few days later, obviously, the phone, she said, I spent 3 days looking at my phone. And my headspace was awful because of it. How many golfers do you hear play really well when they're not looking at their phone?
Yeah, it's a good time waster, isn't it? Mobile phones. Steady progress for Kim Metro. Day one, you want to be sticking around, keep yourself right there, and she's doing that right now. The home hope of the 10 Swiss in the field. A couple of Swiss players at level par at the moment. Natalia Brewster and Carolina Sturza, two of the amateurs. They're both at level par right now out on the course.
Plays half a club downhill this, but I would play it its yardage just because this rough is taking some energy off the golf ball. That's really well thought out. Like a chunk and run with a 6-iron there, playing for the release, keeping it left of the hole, away from the bunker right.
Polyova, one of those that could get a little closer to those leaders. There she is, tied for 6th, along with Annelies Cordal, who was one of those with an opportunity of winning in Ireland a couple of weeks ago as well. Trishat Chinglab, the latest winner on tour, couple under. She could go to the top of the race to Costa del Sol with a win. Also worth mentioning there at 2 under par, the name of Lauren Walsh of Ireland. Much hope for Lauren. Didn't play the Women's Irish Open because she was trying the first stage of LPGA Tour Q School, but has performed well so far on the Axis Tour. Got an invite here this week.
122 yards, playing 118. Only hit 61% of greens in regulation. As it's getting distracted by people playing on the 16th tee box, which I think she's going to wait for them just to see how far behind this group is. So reset, just a pitching wedge. Ball slightly below her feet, which will help aid to get close to this flag on the right-hand side. It was worth the wait.
Well, as it stands, Pilar Trevino 11 shots after the lead, and this is only day one. Well, I mentioned she's 11 shots back, frustrated, but less frustration for the player who is that 11 shots ahead. The 18-year-old from France, Nastasia Nadeau, with a fabulous round today of 64. And at the end of it all, she had a chat with our very own Edgar Morse.
Actually, was very good day. I mean, when you shoot 7 under without any buggies, I mean, I didn't miss any shots at all. So when you take 16 greens, it helps, and a few long putts dropped. So I think, yeah, it's kind of a bonus. So yeah, really enjoyed that round, definitely.
Is there anything in particular that you were pleased with in your game that you felt was really working well?
Actually, I would say my putting, because usually when I'm playing like level par, things like that, just my putting, that just left me a little bit. But like every area of my game was like on top. So, and still I missed like 1 or 2 shot putts. Like the one on 18, I had like maybe 12 feet or something. But I mean, it's still a very good round, so really happy with it.
Your father is on the bag. How is that, having your father on the bag? Obviously it's a help today, but overall, how's the relationship between you two out there?
The truth is, it's always like particular when you have like a father-daughter or mother-daughter relationship. I mean, on the bag, but it went really good today, and she really helped me like to just confirm our decisions and to read the line sometimes. So yeah, I think he really helped me just like staying calm and keep going like to the plan. So yeah.
Yeah, played here last year as an invite as an amateur, did Nastasia Nadeau. So a rare opportunity for her, Sophie, to come back to a course where she's actually played before on the Ladies European Tour.
Yeah, and not the time where you turn up on a Monday thinking I need to play 9 holes and I need to play 18 on Tuesday because I'm not in the Pro-Am. And that puts quite a lot of stress on the week before you even tee it up. Well, on a Thursday, I know we're Friday this time, so things will be moved forward a day. I think that's so significant. I remember going to play at the French Open in Arras, and Laura Davis and Trish Johnson had turned up the night before because they'd played it so many times. And this course doesn't change too much. It really doesn't.
It's a bit softer this year, maybe.
Yeah, but it's always soft.
Yeah.
It's always soft into the greens. We might get a little bit of run, but it's known for its thunderstorms, and it's had placing before. For me, it hasn't changed too much other than that little bit less run off the tee.
And nothing changes in the commentary box. Always warm in here with the cows right next to us. In fact, I look out the window, I think I can see.
Is anyone moving?
Not too close. Got a little bit of machinery between us and them, but they're not. Only a matter of yards away now. Palai Trevino, plenty of birdies on the card, but too many mistakes as well. We do have a French 1-2 on the leaderboard now because Anne-Charlotte Moore has birdied the par 3 11th. She may be caught Nadeau. Well, that tells you everything about this par 5 up the hill. Seeing a lot of putts come up short. The top 2 are French, just keeping that French theme going. Annelise Cordel's well placed at 3 under par, and Camille Chevalier shot a round of 69 today as well.
Bit off the bottom that, but it'll work out all right for her. That's how you get chase. Hit it out the bottom groove.
Should be a formality, this one, for Leonie Harm.
Thank you.
Lydia Hall, a couple of shots have gone in the last half an hour or so, so a little bit of work to get herself back to level par. But it's French domination right now at the top of the leaderboard at this VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open. Nastasia Nadeau setting the pace with around a 64, but Anne-Charlotte Mora is only a couple back now. Sanna Newtonen getting herself to 3 under par, out in 32.
Up the hill, par 3, 155 yards. Back levels 151. That has flown a lot. Big 6-iron there. Four yards beyond the step. That 6-iron wasn't struck as well.
Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Didn't need much more, and it was a good birdie. Look, now it's a tricky 2-putt from down there.
Rehearsal after rehearsal for Pelayo Trevino, trying to ingrain some swing thoughts. Play this at 161 yards though, due to the uphill. Whoa, so close there. Nearly a 1.
It was nearly time for the watch. Nearly, Anna. We'll give you the birdie, though. Well, Christine Wolf was saying, you know, there have been holes in one over at this 15th, and there's a Porsche design watch, as you can see in the background there, for an ace.
I mean, she's thinking golf swing rather than golf right now, but you could see by the post she'd finally got one. The technique was there, a couple of inches from dropping. She can't see how good that is, it's up the slope. Marianne Skarpnord has had one here as well as Christine Wolf.
Yeah. I mean, that was a celebration for being close. Imagine what it would have been if it had gone in. Lydia Hall's now third to the par 5 16th.
Take this long and left of it, spin it back. That's unlucky there. Spun the other way on it.
Well, it is picture perfect, isn't it? You can see one of the trains making its way down the lower part of the golf course. Tell you what, it's a nice train to get it, isn't it? All the way to Lucerne to Zug and then on to Zurich. You can actually take a trip as well up to the Rigi Mountain in the backdrop here for Kim Metro.
Great pin for Metro, this. Trying to turn this wedge in.
Well, it wasn't the best second, but it's a nice angle, this, for the third.
What a wonderful birdie that is. She needs a couple more coming in.
Would you fancy that? Look, too many trees around for me, high up for my life. I mean, you would get the most amazing views, though.
I love the cruisingness to it. But then I would think there's not a motor keeping me up, and that would be what scared me.
You've got to know what you're doing.
You need to know what you're doing here as well. I'm not saying how good her short game is, but this one, just take it down the left-hand side. It'll go downhill from left to right. Looks like she's playing quite a shallow swing.
When we watched her win in Germany, every single time she was in a position like this, she got up and down.
She's got good hands.
That's check for Christina. What are you doing?
Unlucky.
Don't know who said that. That's it. Come on. I mean, they've got 100.
There's a caddy, Ian.
Yeah.
Not unlucky. Oh.
Look at that. That's how you start them. Start them young. They've got 100 junior members here. Golf Park Holzhausen is open to the public, but they have a golf club here, Golf Club Enerzee, which is celebrating 25 years. And they've got some great junior members. It's got a wonderful academy here as Harms. Birdie try, grazes the right edge.
If you can move it like two right.
To the right.
Or maybe two left.
Left?
And?
They had a few health issues early in the season. Leonie Harm had a allergic reaction, struggled. Person still enjoying themselves, flying over the lake. Lydia Hall for birdie.
Breaking from left to right and down the slope. I said how she was only hitting 61% of greens in regulation, which is very low in the women's game. Over 70% in fairways and greens seems to be the norm. She'll use that ball marker as a line here.
It's another putt that we see that just hasn't got the pace really to threaten the hole. I know the line wasn't particularly good there either, but I don't know if whether the heat's grown the grass and slowed the greens up a little bit as the day's gone on.
I think the pin on 15 and 16 is a tough pin for those holes. Like this one, we can see how it curls. You have to take this in at about 8 o'clock on the clock face, sorry.
Well, Kim Metro with a chance to just edge a little closer to the leaders. Didn't really move.
It's pace that kept that one out.
Twice third, last year missed the cut. That's a form record around Golf Park Holzhausen.
And a lot of these greens slope from back to front as well. And pin high isn't always the best place to be because that is on the side slope.
This round's just, I wouldn't say got away from Sonobu, but she's turned what looked like it was going to be another low one into, by comparison, something ordinary, but this would get her back amongst the birdies. This for her first birdie of the back nine.
Gets it back on track. Might be able to reach 17 as well.
So Sonobu, a winner a couple of weeks ago. This is the winner of last year, Liz Young, first round as a defending champion.
Tweede slag van Lies Young. Wow.
It's Liz Young of 2022 right there.
Didn't need to commentate on that one.
So looks like she'll tap that in and get round in 69 today. So decent foundation for maybe another shot at the title.
Well, she says like she's swinging it as good as she has ever swung it. Coming to a golf course which she loved before she won, and she needs to have is it a matching cow on the mantelpiece?
Yeah, the wooden cow trophy has got pride of place there on the mantelpiece. Nicely tied it up from Metro, but her daughter's also given it a friend, a little statue horse. The cow apparently has been named Daisy. So Daisy needs another cow friend, I think. Hope is, yeah, it's past school finished in the UK, nearly. I'm not sure if little Isabel's watching or not.
Hangs on. Water running all the way down 16, that par 5.
Yes, spectacular facility. They give more than 7,000 hours of professional lessons here each year, ranging from kids as young as 5 to players over the age of 90, and a couple of the juniors that are actually at this golf club Enetze, actually in the tournament, Elena Moosman and Sarah Uberhardt, although they neither have performed as they would like today. Playing with Liz Young, Nuria Aturias, like Liz Young, 1 under par.
Back flag, second shot for the Spaniard. Stay there. Just hangs on. There's a significant slope which pulls that one away from the flag.
Driving it nicely. Now Pollet over. Well, just day 1 of 3 at Golf Park Holzhausen at this VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open, and you can see the lead down to just 1 shot. It's a French one too. Nadeau just ahead of Anne-Charlotte Mora. Six birdies in 11 holes from Mora. Finished 10th here a couple of years ago. Did Anne-Charlotte Mora. Didn't play here last year. But you do see, I mean, there are, you know, venues where players come mentioning Liz Young, where, you know, you think, okay, this is an opportunity this week.
Well, I thought Christine Wolfe, and then we asked her to come into the commentary booth, and I think we made it unlucky.
She's not done yet, though. I know she's 4 over, 11 back, but she has shot a 64 herself here. Sanna Newton in there at the bottom page. And Tricia Chinglad, that's a pretty good effort, seeing she won on Sunday.
Oh, really good effort. I said, how did you celebrate? She said, I went for a Korean barbecue. It was that good. I had 2 of them. I think back-to-back days, not back-to-back meals.
I think with a Korean barbecue, you can just go, yeah, a bit more. You just keep going, don't you?
But the difference in golf course from this week to last week was, oh, what a wonderful golf course. But it was Heathlandy, it was running quick.
Kilversum, yeah.
Yeah, but this one is, you know, so soft.
Yeah, complete
so to be able
polar
to
opposite. Yeah.
Change.
Yeah, brilliant. This is 18.
This for birdie for Aturios. Good bit of movement in this from right to left, about a yard.
Oh.
Fantastic finish. Shooting the 60s from the winner of La Sella Open. Nuria Aturias, now a 4-time Ladies European Tour champion.
Hybrid from the second cut of rough here for Harm. Keep it to the right of the TV tower if possible. Try and get up onto the top slope. So much more in that. I know she's saying she just wants to keep it in play, but take the shackles off.
Patricia Schmidt also at 18, but this unfortunately not for the 3. This is for the par, but also for a round of 69. Could be 69s all round here.
From left to right for a par. Didn't look like she started it on the right line. You see the line on her golf ball, it was rather straight, so a bogey to finish for the Belgium Open winner.
You look at the winning scores here, Sophie. 12 under par for Liz Young last year, 16 under, 17 under for Titikun and Amy Bolden. Are we thinking something similar between that 12 and 17 under mark?
Yeah, absolutely. We're placing at the moment. The greens are running really well. The ball is being cleaned. It's drop and stop. Best part of 250 to the front edge. So all players laying up here on 16.
Just edged up against the first cut there, right on the collar, Pelai Trevino.
248 yards with the slope to the front edge.
Very nice. They did forecast potential thunderstorms this afternoon. Pleased to see the clouds disappearing and the blue skies. I mean, it makes the gorgeous views just look that little bit more picturesque. Now, hopefully, the birdie finish.
It is a round of 69 for last year's champion Liz Young.
There's something about the Swiss air that agrees with Liz Young. That's a fine start to the defence of her victory here a year ago. Now, this time next week, Sophie, we'll be in Solheim mode. Let's have a look at the teams. I don't know about you, but it's like with my football team as well. You know, I'm feeling confident, feeling good, and then the closer you get, a few self-doubts creep in.
Yeah, especially as the Americans are starting to play nicely at the moment. But this is the European team. 5 Swedish players in that. And we'll be into the 4 balls this time next week, will we?
We will, yeah. I think it's foursomes and 4 balls. And, you know, we were thinking, we've been talking, haven't we, about potential pairings and, you know, who's Carlotta Siganda going to play with? She's only ever played in the Solheim Cup before with from Emily Pedersen from this team. That wasn't too much of a success. But you're right to talk about the American team as well, because they have got the world number 2 and 3 players for starters, you know, in their team.
And they've got 3 of the 5 major champions. The madness is that they're rookies. I mean, we're looking at Lilia Vu, Alison Corpuz, Rose Zhang. They've got 5 rookies in that team. And I think they're the best players in that team. You know what I mean? Like, that it's a changing of the guard for the Americans.
Yeah, they're players, you know, like Rose Zhang there that, you know, played Curtis Cup, had success for Team USA against GB&I, but this is another level, though.
Yeah, it is. But I think when Rose Zhang turned pro, that was I was confident the Europeans would win, and then she turned pro, and that's where I started to waver and thought things are starting levelling up now.
Meanwhile, Charlie Hull finished second at the weekend as well, nearly won 5 runner-up this year. It's not like the Europeans are short of form as well.
Oh no, like it's the strongest European team that's ever been put together, those 12.
That's why it's such a mouth-watering prospect, isn't it, the way we're just talking about it? You know, these are players, a lot of them in great form.
I mean, Cheyenne Knight, I heard say that they're the underdogs, the Americans, and that's never been said before.
No, but I think
they want that, don't they?
I think they do, yeah. It takes the pressure off a little bit, because Europe, you know, got the chance for an unprecedented three-peat, 3 in a row. Meanwhile, Lisa Pedersen just missed the bunker here at 18.
Pin 41 on, so 160 yards to manoeuvre, and 5 over par for the Swede.
Yeah.
Talking about the all or nothing.
Yeah, well, last week she somehow missed the cut. She triple bogeyed her 18th hole to miss the cut by 1. Took an 8 at 18 at Hilversum. 5 over par. It's going to be a struggle for her to make the cut. Yeah, she's either lost in a playoff or won, or missed the cut over the last 2-3 months.
Well, she's only made 2 cuts since her win in June. Let's see what Christina's got for us here. 3rd into 16.
Sarah Uberhardt, I'm assuming.
Plenty of speed in that action.
Having a tough day, but hopefully something to relish in front of the home gallery. She is one that's a junior member here at Golf Club Enetsee, which is the golf club that's part of Golf Park Holzhausen. It was a really good layup, wasn't it, from Pilar Trevino?
There it was, and just short of this bunker, so a 35-yard pitch, a green that slopes diagonally from top left to bottom right. So you can just pitch this a few yards short left of the flag. Didn't carry it onto the green.
Understandable frustration. Irigi Mountains, the backdrop here, the Queen of the Mountains, as it's also known. Not sure what the King of the Mountains are.
I mentioned how pin high isn't always the place to be on these holes, a green that slopes from back to front, and if you miss this low right, it will pick up quite a lot of pace.
Well, if you're thinking about what sort of score, if you're looking at the winner, only once has the champion here not shot in the 60s. So talking about Liz Young last year, 3 rounds in the 60s. Ataya Titican, 3 rounds in the 60s. Only Amy Bolden, who opened up with a 70, shot more than a round in the 60s.
And you think about it, we're on a par 71 this time.
Yeah. A lot more work than she was hoping for her birdie here Palais-Trevino.
But this is the place to be, below the hole here on 16. Just to get back to 2 over par on a topsy-turvy round of golf.
Well, that's disappointing. Put herself in the idle spot in 2, really. It's just missed her mark with the chip shot, and it's cost her the opportunity of a much-needed birdie. Well, looking for that first birdie of the back 9. Christina Napoleava had 3 birdies in the first 4 holes, none since.
2 realistic chances to come here at 16 and 17. Not so much on the 18th. This one across the slope, 3 inches from right to left.
And Charlotte Mora, and we join her with a chance to join Nastasia Nadeau at the top of the leaderboard. Hit a beauty in here at 13. This for a 7th birdie of the day.
Went out in 30. The front 9 is the harder 9. It's birded the 11th, has got 2.5 feet here for a 3 to get to -7, and there's 2 French players at the top of the leaderboard.
It's interesting, last year she was debating whether, because Finland and Switzerland were next to each other on the calendar, and she thought, should I play in Finland or should I play in Switzerland? And she chose Finland and she won. She didn't play here last year, so this time she can play in Switzerland as well, and it's turned out to be another good choice.
I remember how she won in Finland. I think she was like 3 under for the last 5. It was a thing.
Four birdies last 5 holes, yeah.
It was really tight, and then she just pulled away. That's for a birdie 4 for Matro at 17.
Good effort,
Yeah, I'm glad her caddy said good effort, because we've seen so many putts of hers on the last few weeks coming up shy, and she's been saying openly, hasn't she, that that's what I need to sort out, and at least we're seeing that ball having a chance, rolling at the hole.
Yeah, it's interesting, because I spoke to Moa Folkar after her round today, shot 5 under. She said one of the things that was key for her today was trying to be more aggressive with the putter as well.
Oh, this is not where you want to be.
Yeah.
Judged it well. I mean, it's wet down at the back of 18 there.
Been a tough back 9 so far for Lydia Hall.
Yeah, great putt.
She's got one back. The cut line. Confirmation, by the way, Mora's birdie does take her along Nadeau. Sonabu now. Worth noting, Stavner's just birdied 7 and 8, so She might have a chance to shoot 64 as well.
Put from left to right for a birdie 4 for Sonnabut. About an inch on that left side. You know, sometimes you can miss strike puts, and I think she did that there. Great view this on 17, raised tee shot, dog leg from right to left. If you are going to go over the corner, it's about a 240 carry, but it is 10 yards down the slope.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, it feels like a consolation prize, this one, if she could knock it in for birdie. This for a round of 75. And it's not been a good day for Lisa Pettersson. No birdies on the card today for the Swede.
Yep, spot.
Can't believe it.
Sarah Ubelhart, you were speaking to a coach earlier today, weren't you?
Yeah, I was speaking to Jeremy Carlson, and he was like, I'm interested to see how she performs today, because, you know, 17 years old in a featured group out there, and it was a sink or swim moment for her. And we saw with Elena Moosman such talent, but the pressure on that they put on themselves and everybody going out to watch them. And it's quite often that these players might go quite high the first round, then the second round it's like, oh, it's a lot easier, and they'll probably shoot under par.
All right.
Oh,
Just
got through, but in some
there.
very long grass.
And you know, like Sarah, she's playing junior golf. You know, her coach was saying, well, next year she's going to go into some ladies golf. That's amateur golf as well. But this is a monumental learning curve for her. I mean, golf swing wise, she looks like, you know, he was saying that she can push 100 mile an hour swing speed with the driver.
Tough driving hole, this.
It is, yeah. Left half is the play. Right half of the fairway, you've got a tree in your way. This is good golf swing. I like this one.
Yeah, great shot. Well done.
That's perfect there.
Second rookie to win on tour this year after a win in the Netherlands. And that's a pity. Been a really good follow-up from Sunday's performance at Hilversum. 69 in the end, drop shot at the last.
.404 yards on this 18th hole. Take it at the left half of the tree in the distance.
Yeah, it's clear. Very solid drive.
Blind tee shot.
Well, LA, the French players right now, and Charlotte Mora, winner in Finland last season, joining the 18-year-old Nastasia Nadeau at the top of the leaderboard. Nadeau, 7 birdies, no drop shots. It's been the same story for Mora so far, but she's still got chances for more. Right. can't help myself, sorry. Linnea Johansson, who played on the LPGA Tour last week, made the cut in Cincinnati. Sanna Nuutinen, who's also dabbled with the LPGA Tour in the last year or so. Sarah Shelker, what form she's been on. Top fives last 2 weeks, and there she is again.
Yeah, mates with Lynn Grant and Maya Stark, isn't she? And, you know, they're playing Solheim, and you think if you're playing European teams as amateurs with them, thinking, hang on a minute, I've got some work to do. And she has really pushed on, been doing some good work with Jamie Tipper on her putting and playing well.
See Lexi Forstelung's there as well, 3 under par. She's like Nadeau. She played here last year as well as an invite and played really, really well.
Second shot for Leonie Harm on the 17th. A layup just down the right-hand side is required.
Well, she was disappointed with the layup. Not sure where that's finished. Doesn't look like it's on the fairway, though. I don't mind staring out into that view or that view, really. Take your choice.
Downhill second. Has to be careful of the tree down the left-hand side, and then there's a bunker on the right. Wonderful shot. She's found the front edge. That's going to be about pin high there. We saw Moa Faulkner, didn't we? She hit this green. Not many have. So Anna Pelaev-Trevino will be able to get it there as well. Can use this as a takeoff platform, this high point here on 17, and hit down.
Yeah, there's a penalty area just to the right and over the back of this green. But Nepali Alva has shown the way here.
Been a theme, hasn't it, that right miss. Looks like she's working on takeaway, transition on the way down. There's a lot of thought going on for Anna Pelaev-Trevino, trying to ingrain some swing thoughts.
We saw Lydia Hall find the long grass right of 18. She's chipped out already.
Longest iron in the bag here for Metro. See if she can skip one up to the back edge of this green.
Schade, 2-3 Meter zu kurz im Flug. Diese Bahn.
But it's been a good day for Metro. It's been a spectacular one for Mora, who's now at 14. Making it look easy.
How she just dead-handed that one.
That was the tee shot as well. Position A. The tree here.
Yeah, because the ball is above your feet here. So Sonobu, you know, the right to left shape, it is needed. She's right on the limit.
Didn't bother her on the 18th where the tree was at Dromoland Castle, though.
No, 164 yards. You could get there with a big 8-iron. Such power but elegance in that swing.
A day of good scoring in general. One finished at 7 under. Maybe an opportunity here for Anne-Charlotte Moore in a moment. It's 8 under par. Snavner coming down her final hole, the 9th. Third shot then for Lydia Hall.
$120 to the front, 161 to the flag. Giving herself a chance to make par on the last. See her on the range and her driver was just relentless, and then you think, how can it go wrong? There's a coach, Ana Pelaez Trevino's Spanish coach, Sergio.
Sergio de Cespedes, they've worked together for a while now.
Thank you so much.
Put to take the lead here from right to left, and Charlotte Moore is to get to -8 through 14 holes. Inch and a half from right to left for a 3. Oh, there's a chance gone.
It was one of those where you thought, wow, this is going to go in. She's already knocked in 7 today.
And the cameras come.
Still, the scorecard's pretty smart, just could have been even smarter.
A couple of 2s. And obviously we've seen the approach on 14 and 13. How good's her iron play been today, by the way?
Okay.
It just shows these greens are so soft that wherever you land it, it finishes. So she knows exactly how far her approach shots are going. Players are saying that, you know, there's an extra 5 yards in flight because of the heat, and okay, we're not at massive altitude, but we are compared to where we've been in the last few weeks in Holland and Ireland and, well, Great Britain, haven't we, in Europe for the last few weeks.
2 lovely hits into 17.
This needs hitting.
Not for the first time today. Napolialva comes up short with a putter.
Put for a 3 for Matro on 18. It's a slow one.
Well, she bogeyed 4 and 5. No drop shots after that. And the highest ranked Swiss player in the field is placed for a potential push for the title. This is out at 16 and 17, Pelage Trevino.
Keep this high down the right-hand side.
Well, she was 3 under par through 7 holes, so maybe a little disappointment to only be a couple under today, Sonobu, but it's still a pretty good effort.
Not to be on the 17th for Leonie Harm there. Slow put from left to right for Lydia Hall for her par on the last. A round of 72. That's her currently in a tie for 52nd spot.
Just been missing cut after cut, so this has been an encouraging day for Kristina Napolealva.
Nice birdie.
3 under par for the Czech player. Just been seeing, you know, frustration. She's quite a bubbly personality, but the miscuts have, you know, have been really getting to her, and you know, there's been some anger there, trying to work out what's kind of going on. So, like you say, there's a confidence boost from being 3 under through 17 today.
Finished 6th on the European points list for the Solheim Cup, did Anna Pelage Trevino. 3 runner-up finishes this season, 7 top 10s in all, but she hasn't had any since June. Kind of just ran out of steam a little bit.
Suzanne said she wanted to be taking players that were in form, and from July onwards, that's when those co-sanction events were on with the LPGA, major championships as well. That's where the really meaty part of the LET season was.
Well, Pelage Trevino did show us how to play this hole.
155 yards, back pin, Mora's approach. There's been some wonderful approaches so far today, and that's another one, sending it straight down the flag.
Opportunity to make a third 2 of the day. And Charlotte Mora alongside Nastasia Nadeau at the peak of the mountain at the VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open. Still got the tough 18th to come. Sophie had a look at that earlier this week.
The 18th hole has become famous on the LET because of that tree. It always seems to be in your way. Anything down the right-hand side of the fairway and you have to go over it. It seems to be getting bigger year on year. So players will be edging down the left and bringing the bunker and those bushes into play. Now, once again, it's just proven that it's not about hitting fairways here, it's about hitting right sides of the fairways, or in this case, the left-hand side of the 18th.
Well, the body language suggested that was down the right side for Napolialva.
And what makes this tee shot difficult is that you can't see the landing point. All you can see is the tall tree there, and it looks like the bushes are closer down that left-hand side than you think, so it does edge you further right.
Yes. No left.
Once again, less than driver for Leonie Harm. She will have to take on the tree from a long way back. Remember, the flag's 41 yards on. Nobody wants them, do
No,
they?
I mean, pop round here, Christina, we'll take them. Let's go over to the 9th hole. We've already had one round of 64 today. That came from Nastasia Nadeau. This is actually for a round of 63 for Stavner. Not won as an individual on the Ladies European Tour, but she has been part of a winning team in an Aramco Team Series event. I'm assuming she's going to tap that in for a 64.
Well, the only player on the golf course you feel that can get to that 63 number, that lead, is this player right now on the 15th hole. A putt just to be careful of. It can get away from you. It's down the hill from left to right. For a third two of the round. Three twos for Anne-Charlotte Moore, and she takes the lead. Dribbled that one down there, but she knew how to play it. -8. What a round of golf that is.
Well, you wonder why she stayed away last year, really. I mean, maybe she could have played both Finland and Switzerland. Brilliant round of golf from Stavner. Had a few injury issues this year, so didn't play as much as she would like first half of the campaign, but 64 matching Nastasia Nadeau and joining her with the clubhouse lead, but they have just been overtaken by Anne-Charlotte Moore. Well, the birdies continue to drop, don't they? It's one of those golf courses, you get it in play, great birdie chances, but we've also seen plenty of other players struggling as well. There's a big divergence between top and bottom.
Yeah, you feel like, you know, a lot can go wrong. And we've heard from the likes of Chloe Williams today saying, I just want to, if it's between 3-wood and driver, you know, take it on with a driver. And look at this. I think the 18th, great example here. Leonie Harm has got a fairway wood in her hand, whereas Anna Pelaev-Trevino, she took driver on.
But
So
that's been the way Leonie Harm, unfortunately, because of the lack of confidence in her driver, has had to play the last few months.
No, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a golf course that if you can be positive off the tee, I think it suits a right to left shape for sure.
Die Deutsche jetzt vor ihrem zweiten Schlag in der Mitte des Feldes.
So a hybrid, but she's kind of far enough back to kind of go round this tree, I think. She started at the left edge. Is it cutting back? Not quite.
They're not sure where it's gone, but it's okay.
Katze schwarz rechts. Fairway, das ist der Wiener. Siegerin der Madrid Ladies Open 2020.
Now this one is really
Links
blocked
außen
out.
Kristina Napoleanova aus der Tschechischen Republik.
I think anything around front edge here. You know, look at that line. That tree is totally blocking out. So something kind of front left, even if it doesn't get on the green. I don't think that's that bad. And then you play your chip and run. And you'd struggle to carry this tree with a wedge, never mind from how far back she is. She's got the 4-iron out. She's going to try and play that low, chasey one. Well, I said front edge would be a good shot. How about back edge? Such imagination there. Oh, don't leave him
I
hanging.
left him hanging.
She said, Ian, do I go high or low? He said low. But that's what I do like watching her, because she can move a ball around. When I teach people, I ask them what sports they play, because all you're doing is moving a ball. Obviously, she's done it with her feet for most of her life, but she can do it so well with a golf club as well, if you just let her be. Shooting straight down this flag. Back left for Pelaev-Trevino.
Stop, please.
Top gespielt. Die Spanierin
There's been some
übrigens
signs
die
coming
aktuelle
in for
Nummer
sure
2 des
that
Jahresrankings.
the swing is starting to be
Road to
ingrained
Costa
and starting to be able to perform in competition golf.
Yeah, disappointing day. They're 3 over par, particularly when you look at some of those numbers at the top of the leaderboard. And Charlotte Moore, 3 to play, 8 under. I noticed the name on the leaderboard there of Alexandra Lexi Furschling. German players just had 3 birdies in a row, 11, 12 and 13. Finished 4th here last year as an invite.
Sie war früher als Fußballprofi, 3 Jahre als Golfprofi und bereits in diesem Jahr also der erste LET-Triumph. Herzlich willkommen aus der Tschechischen Republik, Kristina Napoleanova. Und die aktuelle Nummer 2, ich habe es gesagt, Siegerin der Madrid Ladies Open 2022 aus Spanien, Ana Pelaez Trevino.
Well, she couldn't see where it finished, but she can see it now, Leonie Harm.
Slow once it gets on the green, just how it will react out of this first cut. Straight right on her, in fact. That's okay though. A bit like Napoliova, she misses nearly 40% of greens in regulation, so she's only just in the 60s, which puts them both outside the top 140 players on tour for greens in regulation.
But she scrambled well today, hasn't dropped a shot. It's going to be a bogey-free round, up and down there again for around a 69, couple of birdies on the card. One at 3, one at 10.
It's not boring watching these two, is it?
No. And it's been a pretty eventful round from Anna Pelaez-Trevino as well, really. Although not enough positives in there, I'm sure, for her liking.
Well, on the back edge of 15, I felt that shallow chip swing didn't quite work out for her. When it is juicy rough, sometimes have to get a touch steeper on it. This looks to be a bit of a cuppy lie. Needs to be a lot more positive with this one after a magical shot with a 4-iron to here under the tree.
Very nice touch.
Yeah, that was a lot better.
Been a good day for Napoliova. Got off to a terrific start, 3 under through 4, but slowed up after that. But we'll be shooting in the 60s on this par 71. Won't be the case though for Pelaez-Trevino, but could still end on at least a positive note.
Started to find more fairways with the driver, played this hole well. He's got this right to lefter to get to 2 over. That'll be 1 outside of the cut currently.
Well, after a little mini break back and a few birdies in there, but on the whole struggles for the players second on the Race to Costa del Sol rankings. 74 today from Pelaez-Trevino.
If you want, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to be really tight too. No, I can go.
Are you sure? I don't want you to.
No, I think I can go.
But with Anna, like, you know, she's worked quite heavily on her fitness this year, on her diet. You can see there's obviously some swing changes in there. She's not resting on any laurels. I can almost see her going, well, I think getting that Solheim Cup team, what do I need to do to make sure that I progress and get automatic into the next one?
Yeah, it's hard though, isn't it? You know there's only one opportunity really, potentially in your career, to play a Solheim Cup in Spain, never mind southern Spain as well, where she's from. So that must have been a tough one to swallow. She knows that she was relying on a pick in the end, but still.
I mean, 2 years ago, it wasn't even
No.
the pipe dream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just shows how far she's come. This would be some par on the last for around a 68. Oh, that is brilliant.
From that tee shot, superb. Good day's work as well. 68 from Kristina Napolialva.
I bet people have stood around that 18th green and watched Kristina's shot there and thought, oh, she'll never get it close from there. I've been over that right-hand side. You can't get it close. And she's walked off with a par. Par had to hit a hybrid in. This is for her fault. It's two very good up and downs from both players. She finishes at -2, round of 69.
Yeah, no drop shots today from the German who played it her way, playing from a little bit further back than many of the other players, but job well done. Ended really well in the Netherlands last week, and she's picked up where she left off, building confidence right now, Leonie Harm. Here's the leader.
They're chipped out, so this is actually a third into 16. It's not bad, so pin high, just missed the green. She was actually in trouble off the tee, so had to come out.
Yeah, so Mora needing to get up and down to stay at 8 under par, keep the bogeys away. A couple of 64s. Madeleine Stavnat and Nastasia Nadeau. None of those top three with a shot dropped on their cards so far. Chloe Williams, who's been in really good form, the Welsh player, with a 66 managed today by Moa Falker. Chloe Williams, who's come from outside the top 100 to inside the mark to keep her playing rights. Amandeep Dral finished in the top 10 here last year, 69 from her. Diksha Dagger is having a fabulous season. A win and countless other top 10s. Rosie Davis, round of 70 from a player who finished third here last year. And there's Kim Metro, the leading Swiss player in the field after her round of 70. ...16 greens in regulation today for Laura Beveridge. Couldn't really hold anything in a round of 71. Rory Makers, a late entrant into the field today, the Dutch player after the withdrawal for illness from Becky Brereton. A couple of players had to put out, didn't they? An injury for Lily Mae Humphries as well.
Wrist injury for Lily Mae, so Louise Stahl took her place.
There's Pilar Trevino after that 74 today. Christine Wolf, great to have her insights today. 75, disappointing, but still got the chance tomorrow to get it right, get in for the final round on Sunday. There is Louisa Stahl, 76. So a couple of players out there with holes to play. Lexi Verstillings just had 3 birdies in a row, and Sanna Nuutinen going well too, not too far off that pace from Mora.
Can't see it, can we? It's got to be sat down significantly, just trying to nudge one onto the front edge, let it release. Played it well.
one of the Swiss amateurs in the field. Natalie Armbruster. Couple over, so going okay. She was actually level par at the turn. Second on the race to Costa del Sol and Charlotte Mora.
Playing with Mike and Bing Poulsen. A couple of Norwegians there for Anne-Charlotte Mora. I can't imagine there's too much chat in that 3-ball for her.
Yeah, Julie Hillestad, the other. Remember, we got a Norwegian at 7 under par in Madalena Stavner, and we got a Norwegian captain for the first time next week in the Solheim Cup.
How do you think she'll be as a captain? I think so far it's looking like a calm Suzanne Pettersen.
I just wonder whether she'll be as calm once the first tee arrives.
Hasn't dropped a shot all day. -8, 8 birdies. Trouble off the tee. It's this 4-footer. Depends on the pace. If it's firm, it's right edge. If it's dying, it's just on the outside of it. Putting through the shadows. She'll be stood in the light. Never find it easy when you see the putter in the backswing because of the shadows. Sometimes can put you off. That can mean just as much. A par 5 on 16. She leads by 1 with 2 to play. What a day it's been for Anne-Charlotte Mora.
Well, it has. It's been sparkling. You can see on the front 9, she managed 3 birdies in a row. And she had a 4th birdie of the day as well over at hole number 7. But she wasn't done there on the front 9, was she?
Not at all. Front right flag. Can use the backstop beyond it. He's had a chance.
So out in 30 for Mora.
And then knocked it stiff on the 13th. So that took her to 7.
Yeah, that must have been when she put
This was her shot into 14, so she'd birdied 13, which we'd just seen. She missed that one on 14.
But this was dead weight, wasn't it? At 15, her third 2 of the day. You think it's not going to get there, but it keeps going.
Wills it in, doesn't she, to get to -8.
And it's good enough to take her to the top of the leaderboard. Has just parred 16, hard working par at that. So 2 holes left to play. There is the driving range facility there that you're looking at behind.
On to the 17th, this raised tee shot. I'm not sure Mora will cut across. I think she'll play down the right-hand side of the bunker at 240 carry. With it being so soft, I can't see players running out through this dogleg.
Sam Brewster, who goes to North Carolina University.
Go.
Only 17 years of age as well, so good performance this, couple over. Goal has got to be to try and make the cut, and she's got a chance.
She's got her NC State yardage book in the back pocket, and that's a good performance. Get out early tomorrow morning and get yourself the right side of that cut line.
So Charlotte Mora out on the course, couple to play, 8 under par. We've had a couple of 64s from Mora's compatriot Nastasia Nadeau and Madalena Stavner. But let's hear from one of the 66s, Moa Folker, talking with Edgar.
Moa, a round of 66. Tell me about your round.
No, it was great out there. I hit it well. I didn't make too many mistakes, so had a lot of chances and made a few putts. So yeah, very happy with my round.
The conditions were close to perfect out there. Nice sunshine, hardly any wind, and obviously you can really go for these pins.
Yes, as you're saying, weather was perfect. It's also quite soft, so you can really be aggressive out there, which is fun. Yeah.
We know that you can shoot some low rounds, and then perhaps sometimes you haven't quite kept that going over the whole tournament. But in Ireland the other week, you did a good top 10 finish. So have you feel like your confidence and your game is growing at the moment?
Yeah, I've actually been hitting it really well for several weeks now, and it's been quite frustrating to not really feel like I'm scoring well. So I'm very happy to have a low round today, and yeah, just keep going.
What do you feel specifically is going well for you at the moment in your game?
I think my long game, I'm hitting it well off the tee and hitting good iron shots, so setting up for lots of birdie putts.
Well, you've done really well here so far. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, another one that performed nicely here last year, finished just outside the top 10, Moa Folker. Again, that's the hot air balloon. That's more my style, really, I think, in terms of
yeah,
grabbing the views.
You're full of hot air.
This is true. No chance keeping it afloat. Let's hear from another of the 66 brigade then, shall we? Moa Folker, not the only one in the clubhouse at 5 under par. Chloe Williams, the other.
Chloe, very, very well played out there. Obviously, very early days, but a round of 5 under, not to be sniffed at. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was really good. I've got really fond memories here. I've played well here the last couple of years. I really like the golf course, it suits my game. It's playing really soft, so it's kind of a bit of a target golf out there. Gave myself plenty of chances and just putted really well and converted what I had, yeah.
It's playing a little bit longer than it normally does because there was a lot of water the other day, wasn't there? So, I mean, how are you taking that into account?
Yeah, of course. We played the Pro-Am on Wednesday and it was a little bit drier. And then this morning after yesterday's rain, and I think there might have been some through the night. So, yeah, I mean, it is playing a lot softer. Changed a little bit with strategy, maybe the odd, longer club off the tee or, how we approach the greens and stuff. But strategy's not so much like any different, but yeah, it's just playing that little bit softer.
As you mentioned, you enjoyed this course. How much mentally does that give you a boost before you tee off, knowing that you can do well on a course?
Yeah, of course it does. You know, it's always nice to go back to a golf course that you've played well on before, and you know you have nothing but good memories and positivity. So, yeah, you just keep trying to push on that. I've had a good month, so my game feels in a good place. Yeah.
And you rolled home some nice putts, so pretty much an all-round game for you out there.
Yeah, like I said, you know, I gave myself the chances and converted where I had the makeable range and putted really nicely today.
Yeah, we had a little chat with her as well. She talking about being aggressive and trying to have a better sort of attitude to the course. We've seen that from Maura today as well, aren't we? You know, put your foot down, just try and keep making those birdies.
It's a golf course that we know, we've been here 4 years now, that the cut's under par mostly, and if you're going to win, you've got to be averaging in the 60s for all 3 of those rounds.
Yeah, well, 8 under par. Still got a couple of holes left to play. We're not going to see Maura finish, but she's heading for a low one at the moment, a couple of pars to finish. And 18 is a tricky hole, 17 a possible birdie hole, but at the moment setting the pace. 18-year-old compatriot of Maura's, Nastasia Nadeau. Be interesting to see how she carries on for here. She obviously got a lot of talent, has won as an amateur on the Access Series, the second tier in Europe.
And made a good point. It says, I'm just going to play exactly what I did as an amateur. I'm not going to try and change anything. Old head on young shoulders.
Well, it's a beautiful day and a picturesque course in the centre of Switzerland. Golf Park Holzhausen has glittered. The birdies have fallen. Day 1 done at the VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open. Bye-bye.